staying at the Hotel Rex here in Florence, and they tell me it's a 3-minute walk to the Duomo. Yeah, turn the corner and boom, there it is. It's incredible. The pink and the green and the white.
Went down when you feel lost in your shadow. Don't feel alone, don't scream so loud. We are living in this cruel world. Broken but strong, gotta move on. You are not a bakery of life. Equip my soul, find the real gold. I'll fulfill what I started. Went down when you feel lost in your shadow. Don't feel alone, don't scream so loud. We are living in this cruel world. Broken but strong, gotta move on. You're not
I am so proud of myself. I've been thinking about this, worrying about this, even while I did it. Honestly, I thought about quitting a few times. But the view is pretty awesome, and I'm proud of myself for doing it. Here I am at the top of the dome. It took me about 24 minutes to climb the dome.
bakery of life. Equip my soul, find the real good, find the real gold. I'll fulfill what I started.
The bell tower is on the agenda for tomorrow. I don't think I can do 2 big climbs in one day. I don't think so. Although I walked so many miles yesterday, I think I walked right at 15 miles between getting through the airport in Montenegro, arriving at the airport in Rome, walking all over Rome, taking the train to Florence, and then to Pisa, because I missed my exit. That's a whole other story. dome that you see there in that view is by right where my hotel is in that area. Very close walk to all of the historic sites in the heart of Renaissance Italy. They're telling us we have to go down now, and that's okay. This is a great place to view things that I want to see later. That lovely arch. Looked like they were setting up an outdoor square outside of the area by my hotel. So that'll be nice to walk to later as well.
Fire went out, lights went down. When you feel lost.
I made it to the top of the Duomo, and the views of the red roofs of Florence are just spectacular. It was definitely an intense climb. I'm glad I did it in the fall because it gets really stuffy in the Duomo, in between the two towers, or the two domes. It gets a little claustrophobic, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of suffer from that anyway. My hotel is right down there. You can hear the 9 o'clock bells ringing over the city. So beautiful.
In your shadow, don't feel alone, don't scream so loud. We are living in this cruel world, broken but strong, gotta move on. You're not a bakery of life, equip my soul, find the real gold. I'll fulfill what I started.
Right now, I'm in between the exterior dome and the interior dome. Exterior, interior. It's a pretty steep climb, and it's really a steep descent. So climbing up is a little more physically challenging. Climbing down is a little more psychologically challenging. You gotta really be careful. Very tight spaces, and the claustrophobia bothered me more on the way up, I think because it was a more strenuous climb and it was stuffy. I'm so glad again that I did this in the fall, where there's some cool air coming through the few window vents. It really helped. Paintings are all around me. This is behind me. We will come back to go inside the church, but you're never going to get a view this close unless you climb the dome. The only way to get up here is to do the dome climb.
Someone with the candlelight? Yeah, with the candlelight.
It's amazing.
It's just so magnificent. How do you?
This dome. He was also a clock maker, so he had some understanding of mechanics, and he could also design some tools specifically made for this purpose, specifically for the making of the dome. The dome was made in only 16 years, not 60, 16, 16. And so it's an incredible achievement for the time. And Leonardo da Vinci,
Just got done with the dome tour. And there's a lovely cool breeze this morning. It felt so good. So this is what we climbed. Right here is where we were climbing. This is how you get up to the top of the dome.
Fire went out, lights went down. When you feel lost in your shadow, don't feel alone, don't scream so loud. We are living in this cruel world, broken but strong, gotta move on. You're not a bakery of life, equip my soul, find the...
Look at the intricate carvings on the campanelli, the bell tower. Statues. This is the Baptistry, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to go in and tour the Baptistry. These baptistries are a common thing to see outside of churches, cathedrals, and basilicas in Europe, because the thought was that you had to be baptized in order to be worthy to enter the church. And now, as much as we've seen of the beautiful church, we're going to see the most gorgeous views of the cathedral. Look at this. Gorgeous. Right? We saw that when we walked up, but we were so busy getting into the dome tour, I was kind of singularly focused on the dome. Just gorgeous. You see all 12 of the apostles pictured in the statues. And the campanelli right next to it, so close. It almost looks like it's a part of it, but the campanelli is actually freestanding. Gorgeous.
I'll fulfill what I started.
One of the most famous doorways in probably the whole world by Ghiberti. If you look really close, you can see like just so many three-dimensional aspects to the work. And I'm going to get up here around the Iron Gate. This is the other side of the door. Beautiful detail. You see the heads in the center, just above eye level, that is supposed to be Gilberti, the artist, and also his son on the other side. So they included themselves in the work, which, you know, who can blame them? A lot more people out now than when I came through. My ticket was actually for 9 o'clock to climb the dome, and I got there about 8:20, and they were taking people in, and there weren't that many people, so I thought, well, if they're not very crowded, I'm going to try to get in, and they let me in, no problem. So I was actually up to I was up in the dome, on the top of the dome, looking around when the 9 o'clock church bells were ringing. So it's nice to get a little bit of an early start to my day. I had a really quick breakfast at the hotel because I didn't want to eat a lot or drink a lot because I didn't want that to affect my climb. And I got in late last night, so I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I'm excited to be here and looking forward to enjoying Florence. And now I am in the Baptistry, which is another ticketed place that I have tickets for. Unfortunately, the dome here is under construction, as are many churches in Europe and all over the world, so okay. They actually have a tapestry. It doesn't quite do the dome justice, but I guess it gives you some idea. Looks like the dome is open air vented. Or no, those are lights. I think those are all lights in there.
Lights went down when you feel lost in your shadow. Don't feel alone, don't scream so loud.
Baptistry has a lot of historical significance. Dante, the writer, he was baptized here. Also, the baptistry was built over 1,000 years ago, so it's been a really big part of the culture of Florence, parades and festivals begin and end at the Baptistry.
Fire went out.
Since I'm here for a couple of days, it'll be neat to kind of see how the crowds ebb and flow. Today is a Thursday, October 26th. And while there are a lot of people around, it's not like jam-packed, but I'm wondering if there's going to be more tables out or market things. Oh, and look at that view. Yeah, everywhere views. Lovely.
Fire went out, lights went down. When you feel lost in your shadow, don't feel alone, don't scream so loud. We are living.
This is another door by Giberte. Even though it's not quite as famous, it depicts the life of Jesus. Starting with Mary down at the bottom. I'm not sure exactly what order it goes in. You see many depictions of Mary below, and the angels. Beautiful. I kind of like this one maybe a little bit more than the more famous one. I think the other one is more famous because of the 3D effects that are built into it, but I think this one is just gorgeous. Shows the life of Jesus Christ.
In this cruel world, broken but strong, gotta move on. You're not a bakery of life. Equip my soul, find the real gold. I'll fulfill what I started.
Directions where I'm going take me exactly between the cathedral with the Duomo and the Baptistry. But we, of course, are gonna take our time doing this, get some photos, check out the night scene here. All the people hanging out, enjoying the cafes. The bell is going off in the bell tower. It's 6:40.
lights went down when you feel